Hey there, YouTube followers. This is Michael of Painting War Games. Well, I got my second knob done, and this is. I still don't know if knobs or orcs have sergeants or lieutenants or what their structure is like. But that is the second one. And of course, he's like, there it is. It's nice and focused this time. Of course, he's the badass. He's got that, the metal jaw there, and he's got power claw and his gun. I guess it's like a pistol, whatnot. But yeah. So, and I do have pictures, which I'm going to be bringing up. What I'm working on now is the last three knobs. So I have. I'll bring up the light again. I have another one with power claw and pistol. And me never looking at an orc codex, and I really didn't think about the ballistic skill of orcs when I made these guys. Sort of makes me wonder why I did this, because a friend told me, my buddy over there at the Gamers Obsession said, look, he's like, I know those combi weapons on them orcs look badass. He's like, but orcs have ballistic skill too. He's like, you're not going to hit with the combi. I'm like, oh. But this one actually I probably could, because it is a flamer, and flamers auto hit, so yeah. Now, this one with the rocket, we'll see. But, I didn't realize that orcs were ballistic skill too. I should have asked, but whatever, I did it. I made these guys how I thought they'd look cool, because I was like, oh, I'm going to have 3 close combat guys, and then 2 with guns that, like, combi guns, because that's all the knob kit has is combi guns. So, but yeah, I'm really liking it. His opinion was, because I sent him a picture of the first one, this guy, Senior First knob, was, why did I not give this guy a bigger choppa? He's like, why didn't you do something different? And I was like, well, he really liked the paint job. He's like, look, that's an amazing paint job for you. You never tried layering, and your layering's incredible. I think it's okay. I think this is a really good start on the orcs. And same with his. He's glad. He didn't even know what faction I picked. He had to look it up, and it's the Evil Sons, which is cool. I said I wanted to write paint job because I want this to be a fast army to a degree, but then again, I like how the red complements the green. I went over to my local games workshop yesterday on the way home to pick up a new dry brush color. Golden Griffin dry brush. And I used it more on Senior Knob, Lieutenant Knob. I used it on his weapon and his power claw. So, but I'm really happy with that color. I talked with the guy. He, the new owner at that Games Workshop here in Chesterfield. It was really nice. I met a bunch of the guys there that were just playing. He obviously he's a salesman. He's trying to push me into buying a lot of stuff. I only had a few bucks, so I got the new golden dry brush. I had to get a new Necron compound because mine had a bunch of water in it, and it was really getting nasty. So I just pitched it, and I got a new one. And then he talked me into getting the new White Dwarf, and I have not picked up a White Dwarf since it has gone to this weekly edition. And this one had talked about the orcs, and he's like, hey, there's a piece in this, there's the looted wagon, which won't be in the orc codex coming out. And he's trying to get me to come in Saturday to get these new data card things that are coming out with the 7th edition codexes, and he's like, oh, it's only $8, come in, they're limited edition, blah, blah, blah. I can eBay that shit later when I really want it. That's my opinion. But I really liked him. The guys, it was a real casual gaming community. Of course, being in between page periods, and me still unsure of how I want to go with the orcs. I wasn't wanting to buy anything seriously. He was trying to get me to buy that new orc Gorgonaut thing. He's like, oh, we still have some of the old battle forces, and he was trying to pitch off things, which is cool. I really just want to concentrate on this Knob squad first. to see how I like it, and I do like it. I like it better than I thought I would. The skin colors alone is 6 different colors, which, you know, is absurd. You know, I'm taking that much time, 6 different colors into these guys. So yeah, you know, it's the shade, it's the glaze, it's the here. I'll show you guys because I actually have them all sitting in front of me now. So what I do first is, and I'm gonna put the light up there because my overhead light sucks right now. I start off with, for the orcs, using Wog Flesh. It's a base color. It's this deep green base color by Citadel. And then I wash it with Bioton Green, formerly known as Thraka Green, which I actually found that I had 3 of these laying around. I was going through all the chaos stuff on the shelf, you know, finding more pieces to put to it. I was like, oh, okay, cool, 2 of those. So I moved from that to that, and then I still don't know what this color is. It's the P3 Shinnin Green. It really reminds me of Warpstone Glow, but excuse me, guys. I really like the way that P3 paints flow, the way they move across miniatures. They don't have as much pigment per se as Citadel sometimes, but they are definitely comparable. Plus, I'm doing a lot of orcs, and P3, you get a lot in the P3 bottle compared to what you do with Citadel. I don't know the exact measurements of this. Okay, it's ½ an ounce per bottle versus whatever Citadel does. So, good, you know, more power to them. So, after that, now this is where I'm still debating on. So, you know, this is my first layer, and I'm only going to use 1 layer. I know Citadel says use 2 layers, but whatever. I think this works perfectly. I'm still not sure if I'm going to go with Sky Green from Vallejo Model Color, or if I'm going to use Nurgling Green from Citadel. I used Sky Green on this guy, and there will be a picture of him at the end, and I used Nurgling Green on this guy, on the new guy. So I'm working on these 3 guys. The next step is the highlight, which is what I use Sky Green or Nurgling Green on. So I'm actually going to put those 2 in the same slot. Now, what I got wrong in the last video is I told you guys this wrong. Originally I said I used the wash, or I used the glaze, then the dry brush. I used the dry brush, then the glaze. So the dry brush I use is Terminus Stone. Now Citadel will tell you to use Underhive Ash. Now these colors, this is more of a yellow. It's not going to show in there because my white light. And this is Terminus Stone is more of like a brownish. Is more of a stone color. It's more of a whitish stone. But I use Terminus Stone. Frankly, because this thing won't come out right. It's coming out horrible. It is like a paste right now. And then I use Way Watcher Glaze. And they say you only put the glaze over some parts, it only sticks. Okay, like my shade, I put the glaze over everything. And it knocks back the Terminus Stone, and it actually melds everything to make a real nice greenish color. You know, the Terminus Stone comes out a little bit whitish, but then the Way Watcher Green knocks everything back, and it just makes it look beautiful. So, this is the first time I've actually decided I'm going to use a glaze on every model on the skin, because it does bring those colors together. I know I have historically been against glazes. I have the blue one, and I do have the red one. I don't actually own all of them but the yellow one, I think. Yeah, there is a yellow glaze, or an orange glaze. I don't know, which is odd that yeah, because I use the blue one for other things. But yeah, so, you know, there's my 6 colors I use on my knobs. And yes, my video is getting long again. But yeah, that's just 6 colors alone for the skin. I have never done orc skin before these guys. Like I said, you know, this is a new thing for me. I've never done layering. Even with my Tyranids from back in the day, I never did layering. You know, my Tyranids back in the day was I primed them white. And and then I used a wash on them, and that was it. Like, their skin was a bluish color, like it was white, and then I think I used 2 heavy coats of wash on their skin, and that's it. Tyranids, that was my second. Now, I'll actually put a picture of one of my Tyranids up here, because I think I still have the pics. Nah, I pull one off my Facebook page and show you guys it. So, yeah. I mean, over the years, I've developed my painting skills, and Orcs seems like a good challenge. Now, I am going to tell you guys what I use for red. And red is actually only 3 colors, which is really simple. So, I don't know the new version of this, but I have too many vials of it, or too many pots of this. I use the Foundation Mechrite Red. Simple enough. I don't know the new one, but I have so much of that, like I said. Then I use Cannonberg Crimson as the wash, or the shade. Put that on top. And then I use Cador Red Base as the top. And I do not do anything else to the red. After that, I don't touch it. Because it's red. It's red at that point, and they say, oh, you should put this next color red on top of it. No, I really don't, and I should probably glaze it. In truth, I probably should glaze it, but these 3 colors, I like how they look. Boom, it's done. I mean, other than that, the eyes, I didn't know what orc eyes looked like. I'm using yellow flash gets, or yellow gets, or flash gets yellow, whatever. So yeah, I mean, I'm probably actually going to stick with green sky, just so I could say, hey, I have some Vallejo colors in here, even though I do have some more somewhere else. Another color I was really thinking about using as the highlight color was pastel green, from Vallejo. And I might actually try this on another orc. So, we'll see. Like I said, I got 5 knobs here. I can use 5 different highlight colors for all I care, and then I can look at them and say, that's the combination I want. And that's probably what's going to happen, because I do have moot green here, and I pulled it out. But I tell you what, as a highlight color, even though this says layer, this is too bright for my taste on my orcs. So, alright guys, this is Michael of Painting War Games. This is the video, My Nobz 3. So, as always, keep gaming.